glad to be here with you guys again on a wonderful Moon Wednesday. I would like to start off by lighting my Palo Santo stick. I do apologize for us getting started late today. Couldn't find my key. That's the reality of the situation. So I just want to burn my incense, just cleaning the energy. Definitely going to do a quick prayer as usual. And then we're going to just get right into Yoni Yoga, okay? We don't really hear much about yoga for the vagina or yoga for the reproductive system. People don't really talk about that. It's not really a thing. But the reality is that it needs to be a thing. And we really need to use these powerful techniques in terms of yoga, in terms of breath, in terms of stretching, in terms of exercise, all these different things to help the reproductive system to be the best version of itself. Not only will that help the reproductive, but of course there are many other organs and systems that benefit from doing yoga or stretching or exercise or anything like that. But we really want to focus today on reproductive, making sure that the womb, the pelvic floor, also the muscles in the vagina, all of those things are kind of being manipulated or stimulated or toned, okay? If no one knows what this is a Palo Santo stick, which I use to clean the energy. I do prefer the smell over sage, so I use this more than sage, but you could also use sage if you wanted to. Dear God, we come to you right now just so humbled of all that you do. We ask you now to just surround us with the things that we need the most, the things to make us the best versions of ourselves, the things that we need to challenge us, awaken us, think about self-care and self-love. We thank you for keeping us safe and sound, and we ask you for the continued guidance. Amen. Get our root chakra right. Okay, so I want to go into some stretching first, and then I'm going to do a few techniques, and then I'm going to end again with stretching, okay? Now, of course, if you guys can get a chance to find some space anywhere, your bedroom, outside, your dining room, your kitchen, it doesn't matter. Find some space that you feel comfortable where you can do a little bit of this, okay? You guys know that after 24 hours, this goes away. And so I want you guys to at least have tried it once so you can then do it again, okay? Because repetition is really what's going to make this work. So if everybody could just stretch their legs out, okay? Now, of course, I am going to be doing more of the advanced versions. I will be talking about the beginner version, but I myself will be doing the advanced version so that I'm getting something out of this as well, okay? So of course, open legs. You want to open that pelvis. Inhale through your nose, arms up. And exhale down. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. We can lean over to one side. Now if you can, stretch all the way over. Touch your head with your knee. If you can't, just stretch as far as you can. And then you will go to the other side. Just stretching, not forgetting to breathe. And up. And I just want you to reach out in front of you. Just reach out. However far you can. And then just walk your hands back in to the center. And I want you again to just reach over to one side. Let's get another extra little stretch from the side. And other side. Now it's not about how far you can go. It's just getting that stretch and breathing. In front. And walk your back in. We're going to go into butterfly. I just want us to slowly bounce, okay? We're going to get those hips a little loose. That pelvis very connected to that reproductive system, so just bounce. Don't throw it too much, just gently bounce. Now if you can straighten your legs out in front of you, keep them straight. I want you to inhale through your nose. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, reaching over. Again, inhale and exhale, going down. And slowly make our way up, one vertebrae at a time, leaving our neck to be the last thing that we bring up. Okay. So we stretched out the legs a little bit. So now we can get into some other stuff, some fun stuff. Okay. So with yoni, yoga, vaginal toning, vaginal breathing, whatever you want to call it, all of it, because you could put all of it into one. You don't necessarily have to break them up into segments or groups. Breath is very important, okay guys? Breath is important across the board. Breath is important no matter what issue, what organ is an issue. Breath is always going to be a godsend. And learning how to breathe properly for those particular organs or for that particular part of the body is extremely important. But we don't know, we were never taught how to do a complete breath. So we do these different types of short breaths or semi-breaths where at the end of the day it creates more harm than good, and it limits our lungs in terms of capacity and what it can hold and manage. So throughout this time, from now on till always, I'm always going to talk about breath and always try to include breath into whatever it is that we're doing. So now I kind of want us to do this breath called it's for your heart chakra, okay? And it's also for your throat chakra. Now your throat chakra is very connected to your endocrine system, and the endocrine system is very connected to your hormonal system, okay, and your hormonal issues. So you always want to really focus on what's going on in the throat, the endocrine, if anything is going on in the reproductive area, okay, or even the heart. Okay. So these breaths are called Phayam Breaths. And what it is using your nose to inhale, and you're using your nose to also exhale. But what you're actually doing is doing it at a very fast, rapid pace. So As soon as you inhale the breath quickly, you exhale the breath through your nose quickly. And you continue to do that. It really awakens the throat and the heart chakra a lot. Okay? It even does a little bit to the pineal gland also, because of course the throat is here, the pineal is here, the heart is here. So anything that you're doing to the throat, the neck chakra lower and the neck chakra above will get some sort of stimulation, okay, or activation or balancing or whatever needs to happen. So I want to go over that fire breath with you first before I add in the vaginal toning parts that you can do with this. So what I want you to do first is inhale through your nose, fast, exhale through your nose. So what it will be is something like this. I'm going to come up a little closer so you guys can see since I'm stretching out. Okay. So you're going to inhale through your nose and you're going to exhale through your nose fast. So it will be like this. Do you guys get that? So it's an inhale, exhale through the nose only. Relax the jaw, relax the rest of your body. I don't want you tensing anything. It is all about right here, okay? So again, I'm going to do it again. If you guys would like to, please join me. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling at a fast pace. Now, when I add the other part to it, you might find that you're going to slow down this fast pace because, of course, you're concentrating on this funny inhale, exhale that you're doing, and also you're concentrating on what you're trying to do with the toning of your vagina. So a lot's going on. So it might slow down, which is fine. Okay, please don't judge yourself. So inhale through our nose, exhale at a fast rate. Everybody got that? Okay. So now with the inhale and the exhale that you're doing from that nose area, I want you to do that from your vagina, okay? So the same way how, you go to your OBGYN and she talks about, oh, do your Kegels and your Kegels and your Kegels. Okay, so you're going to do your Kegels, but you're going to do these pulsating Kegels. So it's not going to be just squeeze and hold and let go and squeeze and hold and let go. Nothing like that. This is going to be squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go, just like how the nose is. Okay? Now, when you are doing this, I want you to sit up, okay? Because I want us to also be strengthening this pelvic floor that we have going on down here. So sit up, sit tall, okay, with your awesomeness, right? And you're going to inhale through the nose fast, and you're going to also clench the vagina, clench the vagina in terms of Kegels, squeeze, let go fast, okay? So, and let's go. How was that? That squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Okay? So now, some vaginal toning exercises you can do at your office with someone sitting next to you. You can do it in the car. You can do it, with your kids in the bed. Because, of course, there is no other than the vagina really moving, there's nothing else that's going on. With this, of course, because of this intense inhale and exhale through the nose, people are going to know that you're doing something, like what the hell, but they still don't know that your vagina is connected, okay? So don't think too hard, don't judge yourself too much, although I'm sure that many people are going to do this in the privacy of their own home or surrounding, but still, if you decide not to, it's okay. I mean, do your thing, okay? It's your body. So let's do that one more time and then we can move to something else, okay? So we're going to be inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose again, and we're going to be doing that pulsating Kegel. Okay, now just starting, I would say, okay, try to do like 10 or 15, because the inhale through the nose can be really, really hard for some women and men. Okay, if you find that it is not hard for you to inhale and exhale like that through your nose, then maybe we can say let's do your count for like 30, okay, or more. If you find that it's extremely hard for you to inhale and exhale like that, then I would say, okay, let's do it for 15. Okay, it's don't want to stress out your body, don't want you to overdo it. Okay, so listen to your body, don't force it. So we're going to do this one more time, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. Okay. Okay, that was me being a little extra. Okay, as much as you went, that was fine. Okay, totally fine. Okay, so that is the fire breath with pulsating Kegels. Okay, now I want to go over another pattern that people don't really talk about, because of course mostly it's the squeeze release, squeeze release, squeeze release, or it's the you sometimes get the pulsating Kegels, right? So I want us to go over this other one, which is like a pulsate, pulsate, squeeze, hold. You got that? So we're pulsating, pulsate. So we're doing squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, hold, let go. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, hold it, and then let go. Again, squeeze, release, hold, then let go. Okay? We're going to do no breath with this, okay? Breathe normally. This is all about your vagina. Make sure you're sitting up, make sure you're in a good position. Now, I say crisscross applesauce. Let me go back a little bit so you guys can see. Crisscross applesauce is usually a lot easier for some women. For some women, this is easier because there's more concentration on getting that pelvic floor right, okay? For some, it's easier to go like this. Let me go from the side so you can see. For some, it's easier like this, okay? So it's really about what's more comfortable for you, okay? So we're going to do that pulsating, pulsating, hold, release, okay? Breathing normally. Should I come up a little closer? Not like you can see. Okay. So I will keep count and then I'll tell you when to stop, okay? And begin. Squeeze, 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 release. Squeeze, 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 release. Squeeze, 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 release. Squeeze, 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 release. 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 Squeeze, squeeze, hold it. Release. Again. Squeeze, squeeze, hold, and pull up with that hold. Pull up in there and release. Again. Squeeze, squeeze, hold, and release. And when we release, don't just drop it. Slowly release. Make it a controlled release. Again, squeeze, squeeze, hold, release. Now Nice, beautiful. Again, goddesses, squeeze, squeeze, hold it, and release. One more time. Squeeze, squeeze, hold, tighten it, squeeze that body head, and release. Okay, now these are things you can do while you're having sex. Okay, he's gonna feel it. It's going to stimulate you more. Okay, this is not just for you to do just because, hey, I want to get my vagina like up. Like, yes, that's very important. It's really all about you. Don't get me wrong. But why not use your tricks while having sex? Like, why not do that? Like, if you got it, work it, flaunt it, do it, right? It's your thing. So don't be afraid to do these things. So if you want to do the pulsating Kegels while you're having sex, if you want to do the squeeze, squeeze, hold, release while you're having sex, if you want to do the squeeze, hold, release, squeeze, hold, release, whichever one you want to do, okay? Pulsating, you can do these, okay? These it creates this toning in the vaginal muscles that then become plump. So when you're having sex, it feels good. You know what I mean? It's like when you're toning your arms and, you know, toning your abs and toning your quads and all of these different things, right? That once you tone them, once you get them strong, they plump. They harden in the areas that you can harden them. You can tense them, you can release it, you can tense it. It's the same concept in the vagina. The same exact concept, okay? So another exercise that we can do, okay? And this can be with any of the stuff that I went over today, because of course there are many different types. And this is something that we go over in our vaginal toning class, okay, that we do once a month. So if you guys are interested and you like what we're talking about tonight, come on down. I think the next one is the 25th, 6th? 29th, okay? So you can come on down and do that. So because there are different types of exercises, we're always going to learn new ones so you can incorporate that. So what I want you to do now is to put ourselves in a completely different position and do some of these different pulsating Kegels or squeeze, release, squeeze, release. So we're on our backs, okay? And we're gonna push up, okay? Now when we push up, we're going to squeeze up into our vaginas, up into our abs, up towards the chest. All of this is going up, okay? And then we're going to release. As we release our butt down to the floor, we're going to rise again, pulling up, okay? We're gonna do that for a while and then we're gonna do it pulsating wise, all right? So, ready? And go. Squeeze and hold it from the vagina and release. Again, push up, squeeze, and drop. Again, push up and squeeze, going through the core everywhere, and then release. Again, push up and release. Now for those that are fit, okay, if you want, you can put one knee here and push up and squeeze and come back down, and then you can change the foot if you want to, and then push up, squeeze, and come down. Or you can stay on one foot for, let's say, a count of 5 and then switch to the other foot. Whatever is more comfortable for you, okay? So now let's go into the pulsating Kegels part, where we are going to, as we push up, we clench and we drop and we release and we push up and we clench. Alrighty? and squeeze, release. Squeeze, squeeze, release. Squeeze up in there. Squeeze up in there. Push it up. Squeeze, yes. Just like that. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release if you want to. If you're working those thighs or you're very athletic, you can put one foot over. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. And then we can switch. Squeeze, release. Got that? Okay. So, let me ask you guys something. Have you ever been having sex and you really feel like you want to pee? Anybody ever felt like that? Like you just want to piss. And then you're like, you think to yourself, oh my gosh, I don't want to pee on him, or I feel like I need to pee and it's a weird feeling, so you might tell him, hey, come off of me, or jump off of it, or you don't even know what to do, you don't even know what you feel. Okay. How about I tell you to ride that? Don't be scared about it. Ride that feeling, ride that peeing feeling, okay? May it be that you continue to do what you were doing that created all of that. So it was a certain position, at a certain pace, with a certain pattern, then you continue with that. If you want to jump off and do something else, do that, but ride it. Don't just come off and just, oh, give me a second, I feel like I need to pee, soon come back. No, guys, ladies, goddesses, don't ride it. And to be honest with you, I would tell you, don't even move the position. Stay there and ride that shit out, okay? Your orgasm will be an orgasm that you have never had before. Especially if we're talking about, women that probably don't even have any orgasms other than clitoral orgasms. You know what I mean? So having a different type of orgasm is going to be even more amazing for you because you've never experienced anything more than a clitoral orgasm. And a clitoral orgasm is very basic. Okay? You can get a clitoral orgasm in any way, right? There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you just want a clitoral orgasm and you get that and you do that. But you don't want that to be the only orgasm you know. You know what I mean? Like you don't want that to be what orgasms are. You want to be able to know that if it is at the end of the day that you want a penetrational orgasm, you can have that. You want to know that if you want to orgasm in back shot, the back shot is good, it feels nice, you can orgasm. You want to know that if you're in missionary position that you can orgasm from that too. And whatever other positions that you could go into. Okay? Please don't limit yourself. Sex is amazing. It's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's hot, it's sexy, it's romantic. It's like a lot of things rolled up into fucking one. So there's no reason for us to limit ourselves to one type of orgasm. Okay. Now, I don't know if there are any questions because I haven't been looking. And I think that there might be because we're talking about a lot of things that are a little different tonight. So I'm not sure. So maybe I should just look and see what's going on.